Welcome back to the Guardian Jet 2023 video series. I'm Kyle Canna, Director of Market Research here at Guardian Jet. My role here is to ensure the quality and reliability of the information in our market surveys. I lead a team of 5 full-time researchers who monitor over 120 different aircraft models. We work to monitor current aircraft values, execute sales, and assist in acquisitions for our clients. Since 2020, I've been directly involved in 95 pre-owned acquisitions, totaling over $1 billion. Joining me for today's discussion is Matt Walter. Matt is the Vice President at Guardian Jet for the New England and New York territories. Matt is a CPA and 10-year veteran of the aircraft sales industry, having completed over 150 deals worth over $2 billion. We buy a lot of airplanes together, and I think you'll find what he has to say on today's market very compelling. We talked about overall market conditions, which markets are still hot versus which ones are not, and predictions for what we see coming the rest of 2023. Hope you enjoy. Matt, thanks for joining me. How you doing?
Doing great. Yeah, it's funny. We work on the same trading floor. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. I've been traveling a lot.
You're a busy man. What do you do here at Guardian Jet?
So I'm the Vice President of Sales for the Northeast. I'm responsible for business development and revenue generation. Basically means I'm in charge of managing the entire client relationship and executing trades on their behalf. So I sort of quarterback the whole relationship with our clients, from their pilots and mechanics to management companies, bankers, attorneys, and their family offices to oversee transactions step by step, with, of course, the assistance from our technology platform and you guys on the trading floor.
Let's jump into what we want to hear, though. Matt, what are your thoughts on the current private jet market and the overall conditions?
I'll say the one thing we're seeing is values haven't fallen as fast, as far, and as quickly as we thought they would heading into this year. But some things we know for sure, supply is definitely increasing and has been since the middle of 2022. It's sort of, the pricing stayed constant throughout the end of 2022 and started to fall off at the end of December there.
But the new inventory that's coming on hasn't been the best quality inventory.
Right, so I mean what we're seeing now is a less frenzied, more patient, more cautious approach from buyers. There just doesn't seem to be a rush to buy airplanes right now. The increase in inventory isn't all quality. It's still very difficult to find top tier US corporate pedigree, low time, well equipped, fresh out of heavy maintenance airplanes. So it's one of the reasons the values are falling, but at a slower pace. It's more important than ever why you need an advisor to guide you through this market. So the quality listings are there. You just need to dig deeper, look harder, have access to off-market aircraft. We say in 2023, you're just going to work harder to get the same amount of deals done.
So it sounds like things cooled off at the end of the year, got kind of stagnant earlier this year, and have picked back up again. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd say the demand is still there, but just nobody's willing to rush a purchase or overpay to have an airplane immediately. It's the whole, is the market going to have a soft landing or come crashing down discussion that we've all been having for a while now. And I think we're in the midst of a soft landing. It wasn't a bubble because values were truly up significantly, and for good reasons. All the reasons we've been discussing for the last 3 years. Everyone's frustrated with their current aviation solution, whether that's commercial, charter, fractional. A lot of wealth was gained from 2020 to 2022. And most importantly, there's a lot of new entrants to our market. I read something a while back that said 10% of the people who could actually afford to fly private do, which means a lot of the growth in our industry has come from new owners and first-time users. So if you think of the markets are up somewhere from 20 to 60% depending on the model, and as we're returning to normal annual 5 to 10% residual value rates, it's going to take a couple years to get back to the pre-COVID values. That makes sense to me though, because looking back pre-COVID values, I'm more surprised at what the values were then than what they are today. If you think of super mid-size and large cabin airplanes that you can buy sub $10 million, these are airplanes that seat 8 to 10 passengers, that go coast to coast or farther, that are corporate pedigree, low time airplanes. You could buy them for under $10 million.
An incredible asset and investment for under $10 million.
That was the surprise to me. Where we're at now is less surprising, but it's all relative. People are comparing the values now to where they were 3 years ago, and they perceive them as being high.
So what markets are still hot? Things are still on fire in a few markets.
Light jets, certain mid-size, super mid-size jets, what I'll call first choice airplanes, which are the near new, gently used, low time, corporate pedigree airplanes. We're seeing about 1 to 4% for sale in those, so still sellers markets.
Still low, 1 to 4%.
Very low.
What would you want to see it to be average?
You know, we used to see 10% as average. Somewhere less tends to favor seller, somewhere more tends to favor buyer. We're just seeing demand is especially strong still in those markets. That $1 to $10 million entry-level airplane, planes that can get you coast to coast in 1 or 2 stops. The pricing has been firm on that. New aircraft pricing has either increased or remained firm. Lead times have increased, now on average 18 to 24 months.
So you think this is going to take a little bit of time to get back?
Yeah, I think it's going to take to seeing more quality inventory enter the market. So while supply has doubled since last year, it's still low at 1 to 3%.
Yeah, we'll definitely need to see some more inventory. On the other side of this, which markets are cooling off?
I mean, we're seeing the biggest jets and the oldest jets that are affected the most. So we're seeing in these categories 7 to 13% of the market for sale. We're seeing lower demand, lots of closings in Q4, single digit to low single digit closings to date in 2023. You're just seeing a lot of buyers and sellers at a stalemate. Sellers have not quite come to grips with what buyers are willing to pay, and buyers are willing to wait them out and be patient until they do. And it's a domino effect. What we're seeing in the bigger and older jets are eventually going to get down to the mid-size and the light jets.
That's what I was going to say. It's coming for all the airplanes. No airplanes are going to be exempt at the end of the day, but things are definitely still hot in some of those markets we touched on.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think is going to happen in the rest of 2023?
I'm still confident. I mean, we're still busy, very busy. We're doing lots of deals. We have close to 20 airplanes pending on either side of the transaction. So the activity's still up. Demand is still there, as we talked about. There's a lot of buyers that are waiting in the wings right now. There's 80% bonus depreciation still this year. So now if all these buyers that are waiting for the perfect time to buy enter the market in September and October of this year, we're going to have a busy Q4 again.
Right.
So it's more important than ever, if you're looking to buy, that you align yourself with a trusted broker that has the right team in place to find the right jet. If you're looking to sell, on the other hand, it's necessary to work with a broker with industry-leading market intel and relationships. Pricing is going to be critical in 2023. You have to price your airplane to be the next to sell so the phone keeps ringing, but you don't want to be too aggressive where you're leaving money on the table. So hope you like what you heard today. If you have any questions or want to discuss a transaction or the aviation markets, give us a call at Guardian Jet.
Matt, thanks for joining me.
Anytime.